Yes, welcome back. Welcome to episode 165. I said 64. This is take two of this one because of the intro, because my friend Dunya decided to interrupt. I will give her a shout out because she has been on the show and I love her dearly. Just want her to know she interrupted. But yes, welcome to the show. It's going to be a little different. The audio may sound a little different. I believe I stated in the actual interview, but I did it off of Zoom. I did it off another microphone, but it wasn't off the podcast board. So I think it sounds fine, but yeah. Hopefully you can understand her. She's, having Down syndrome. It may be a little hard to hear, but, just be in a quiet room, and I pretty much picked up on everything she said, and the mom does help a little bit, but very, very good interview. I really enjoyed her, and just trying to show you more of how I'm really big on the underdog, really big on people who are downtrodden and just misunderstood and misutilized, and just people that are just not getting the due that they deserve. And I always root for them, and I'm one of them, so I have to. I have to be there with them, and I don't know what I was going to say. Hold on, let me see if Belittle saying anything. 1 second. No, I don't even know where he's at. I think he's mad at me because I took his window from him, put the air conditioning, and so he's got to use the other window to look outside, and so he's hanging out in the bedroom, not the living room this time, so I apologize. I know how much everyone's a fan of him. But yes, let's get into this episode. And again, let's try to get some positive vibes because this is a very positive episode. And yeah. So let's go, shall we? Record. All right, guys. We are back here again. We're doing this in a little unorthodox way, but they made a request, and I try to acquiesce them in any way I can. I found this next guest. I don't remember the exact website, but I was looking up just really awesome people in the disability community, people that have done so much and advocate. And yeah, I saw her story. I just reached out, and they got back to me really quickly, and I was very gracious of them to allow me to interview them. So and I feel like her story just was one I wanted to have on and to tell. So would you like to, and your mom, you're more than welcome to introduce yourself as well, but would you like to introduce yourselves and tell us a little about yourself?
Hi, my name is Mikayla Holmgren, and I'm 28 years old, and I have Down syndrome, and it's I'm first woman with Down syndrome to compete Miss USA pageant, and that was incredible. And my story starts like whatever, but it's like being more inclusive or not included. So just keep on rolling and show others that it makes people aspire more and each other.
Absolutely. That's a great attitude to have. It takes a while to get to that, though. Like, did you always kind of have that mindset?
Yes. Especially I have my mindset, it's keep on going. And so just want to go forward and go after your dreams.
That's awesome. Um, no, but I mean, did you ever have moments of just being like discouraged? Because obviously, with your condition, a lot of people wouldn't assume that you could do it, but you obviously push past it. But were there ever times where you felt like you couldn't do it?
I just had like a couple long time ago. I have epilepsy,
Uh-huh.
so I just try my best to be more myself and being more being more like do some social activities and do stuff that's really good. I love to write a lot. I do art a lot. I do other things like dancing and all that platforms out there. I just do it anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. Um, Actually, I wanted to ask your mom something. So, like, when when did she actually get diagnosed? And then how did you know? Like, how early on did you know what she was gonna have?
Well, um, probably about a week before she was born. She was born 6.5 weeks early
Hmm.
because I had a lot of amnio fluid, and at that point they took the amnio fluid out and tested it, and then she was born about a week later. Um, Emergency C-section. She actually was her story's quite incredible because she was had her cord wrapped around her throat 3 times, and she was born without an esophagus and a blocked bowel. So
Wow.
they whisked her right away for surgery. And the first things the doctor told us right after she was born, because of the cord wrapped around her throat, they just said, we don't know if she would ever be able to walk or talk.
Hmm.
And she's just a fighter, and she just keeps going.
Yeah, you're an absolute miracle. It's awesome. Um, I don't want to ask you too many questions, Mom, but did you know much about her condition before, like, when she got her diagnosis? Like, how much preconceived information did you have beforehand?
Well, I was fortunate enough to have a sister who was a physical therapist, and her favorite kids were the Down syndrome kids. And
Yeah.
so my sister was 10 years older than me. So I would actually go to Easter seals with her and hang out with the kids with Down syndrome. And
Hmm.
so I knew about them, and I knew that they were fun. And they do give you, obviously she was born 28 years ago. So, the information that they gave you in the hospital was not very uplifting. And after about an hour of reading stuff, I had to throw it all away because it was just so depressing.
Sure.
Because I knew that you can work with them and love them no matter what. It didn't matter if they had Down syndrome. It's just, but I knew that it would be a long road of advocacy and
Mhm.
working with therapists and everything that she needs to get her to where she needed to be.
Yeah, and I mean, again, it gets put in this like category of like being slow or whatever, but the reality is like so many people with disabilities get that category, like that label put on them regardless of whatever their condition is. Because again, I tell you, I have a vision problem, and so when I go to here's my phone, so like if I go to like look at my phone, I'm looking like this. And some people go, "Oh, like what's wrong with him? Why is he staring at his phone?" Like it's like I'm in doing it on purpose. Um, and it's being people, and I've dealt with people with different types of special needs and all different types of conditions, and a lot of these people they're just beautiful. Like I've gone to some schools, and I've helped some kids off the bus and just interacted with them, and one of my friend works at a place that has a lot of different conditions similar to hers, and they're so happy and just happy go lucky. They're loving, and they're simple, but I don't mean that as an insult. They kind of don't need a lot of the stupid things that we need when we get older. We tend to just like when we're a kid, like bubbles is like amazing or something little like that. But then when we get older, like we need all the fine trimmings, and we're nitpicky on what food we want or what we want to watch. And for them, a lot of times it's like, no, I just want love and some satisfaction and just to know I'm doing well in life. And um yeah, like I said, I'm always in awe of what people with like types of conditions like hers and what they accomplish. Um, I had a friend on, her name's Gabby. Her and her mom created their own like warehouse type factory company, and they hire all types of people with cerebral palsy and um, there's a lot of different conditions. I don't remember all of them, but they all work together, and they put out product, and they have fun, they have a good time, and they're doing something, and they're impacting in their own way. And it's something I'm sure a lot of them probably were told they couldn't, just like you, like how awesome, like everything you've accomplished. Um, like what made you want to get into like modeling?
Funny story, but I'm gonna start modeling like a long time ago, but I really love modeling because modeling is for fun. It's more into an artsy thing because I do pageants and everything.
Sure.
So I have my own dream mega all limits fashion show, so we can model like everywhere, like the runways, or I've done tons of stuff. And like once in a while, we get other jobs for modeling. So this one has started because I also did pageants, so it's super easy to find modeling.
Sure. Now, like the pageants that you host and you do, like are they for other people with disabilities? Are they for all people?
It's all people. It's all people. So I really enjoy. I did it 2015 and it was amazing. I did in the past. And now I just did some Miss Minnesota USA pageant. I just find out that I open up the mail and I show, Mom, let's go do this. Like I just find it out. It came out like nowhere. And I just like repeat it. Like I just want to do it. So I put it in there, said I have Down syndrome in it. And I just looked at it. It's like as the first woman with Down syndrome, compete Miss USA pageant. Boom, it's opened my doors.
And that's a title no one can take from you. That's something that you should be very proud of yourself because it's, the
Yeah,
fact that you're so
proud
brave.
of it.
I'm sorry, say it one more time.
It's like achievement that I have.
Yeah,
Big achievement.
I got you. I understand her actually. No, that it's very great. Like I'm very proud of you because there's so many people that wouldn't even dare to try it. Like I bet your mom, you're more than welcome to respond to it. Like some of the things that she tries with just such courage, like there are probably some things that you probably wouldn't even fathom doing yourself.
No way.
Well, because from just being a woman and just being in life, there is a lot of ridicule and criticism that comes from trying to do these pageants and modeling and um and I'm sure maybe your condition holds you back from understanding to the fullest, but the fact that you maybe don't understand some of it or maybe you do, it doesn't matter. Like you just go head first right into it, and like you said, you're so brave that maybe it's a good thing that you don't really, like, you go in just with like an open mind and nothing really discourages you.
Yeah, some of her best friends have come out of her being in the Miss Minnesota pageant. They
Awesome.
they just totally accept her and they get along great.
That's awesome. Can you tell me something that you've learned from like being around her all these years, being her mother? Because I'm sure just
As her mother.
That's my mom.
yeah, as her mother. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like as her mother, like what have you what's like one of the biggest things you've taken away from just being around her all these years?
That she's just full of energy.
I'm going down.
Nothing stops her. If she sets her mind to doing something, she just goes right through and wants to do it. And her achievement level is pretty high when it comes to wanting to do stuff. And she'll tell me, when she was 8 years old, she told me she was going to college, and I'd like pat her on the head, go, "Oh, okay, honey." And then she actually ended up going to college. So she knew.
She knew.
And go nap.
But that's great.
I went to a Bethel build program at my college,
Mhm.
and I loved it. I got accepted there. I'm like, I'm so excited. And like I just opened it up to me. I'm like, I'm going.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah. But that's, again, like I said, you go into it like that with that kind of mindset, like nothing's really going to stop you. I mean, you'll hit some speed bumps every so often. Maybe a couple of doors will close in your face, metaphorically, but you're going to keep it going. And the fact that you have such a good like support system, like what has your family and your mom meant to you, like with your career and everything you've achieved?
So much. Because my mom is always do everything for me, especially. And she's an awesome mom, and I never have. Yeah, it's really enjoyable. Like my parents, and it's helped me through a different things for my career, and it just helped me like so much.
Yeah. No, it's very important to not do it alone and to have someone, especially a mother or someone very close to you like her, to help guide you for many years as she has. And then,
at some point they let you fly away from the nest a little bit, but you get to, you get to spread your wings. But it's good to have that person you can always count on and look out for you, because modeling or any career you get into, there's always somebody that'll try to take advantage of you, or bring you down because they're insecure or whatever reasons. But they're there to protect you. So, and that mother instinct is, I'm very close with my mother, and so I know what she helped me get through, and I couldn't have done it without her and a few other people in my family. So it's great that you have that.
Yeah.
What are some things that you're trying to do in the future, whether it's more recent or down the road?
Actually, that's a lot of things, but I enjoying doing been doing public speaking, a lot of events. I have one coming up already, and it's my first time doing it. And also, I'm doing Best Buddies, but I am a national global ambassador for that one. And also, I'm speaking for the bike thing, so I kind of excited about that one.
Mhm.
And I'm doing other things like dancing and other things. I have my Saito tomorrow, so I'm doing that, and then a lot of things in my life, in my future.
Well, I'm sure you'll get them done. You will achieve it. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't seem like anything stops you. What was I going to ask you? I lost my train of thought. But no, yeah, it's fantastic that you have so much going on for you, and you stay busy. It distracts you because there's so much going on in this world, and I'm sure your mom might even protect you from some of it because there's so much negativity. But you keep that smile on. It's very infectious, and a lot of people are just like, yeah, like I just met you and I'm smiling because, and I haven't had the greatest day today. It's just been a rough work day, but being around you, like from a distance, I suppose, but like your energy can just vibrate through people and keep them going, because we need more of you, people like you, just in whatever you're doing, because again, there's so many people that are struggling or hurting, and maybe they're hanging on by a thread, but they bump into you one day and they see your smile and see what all the things that you have to go through, and maybe it'll just lift their spirit up a little, because I'm sure that's what you do for your family.
I do that same thing because of families. It's very important in life, like especially your family. You having a kid with Down syndrome just brings much joy. Each other people, like especially our family. You do it separate families. It's really enjoyable, like their lives looks like in the future, or a career or a job or whatever it is. Just keep doing it. It's make friends smiles and enjoying life.
Absolutely, it's a great motto. What was I going to ask you? Oh, so what are your speeches about? You say you're doing some like motivational speaking. What do you kind of talk about? It's like primarily.
I'm talking about my dream big, and it inspires me as a role model. Is I am ambassador. So I've been talking about like new to my platform, and it's like this. What
Inclusion.
I'm talking about more inclusion, and I'm just spread the word out, and because I have tons of speeches like crazy,
That's
but I
awesome.
like doing them.
No, you keep doing that, because people talk about inclusion all the time, but it's like there needs to be more, let's say black superheroes or something, and they throw it out there, and it's like, yeah, and they're slowly doing it. More women badasses in movies and just things like that. And like for disabilities, like think about it, let's just go superheroes. We have what? We have Daredevil. That's all we have. We don't really have anyone else, unless you count like X-Men, whereas people who, they're kind of off, they have something wrong with them. We don't, but it's not necessarily a disability, but it's kind of sort of. But like there's not much for us to look up to. And like that's why it's very key, since you and I were 6 years apart. It's key for us to kind of take the next step, because we just lost a very important person, Judith Human, in the disability community. She was, she fought for everything that we are able to do to this day. And it's very key for someone like you and me and so many people in our generation to kind of pick up that baton and try to inspire. And because there's a lot of people like you and I are lucky we can work and we're doing what we can, but there's a lot of people who feel they can, or whatever, they're discriminated against or so many other things. But there's a few of us that have to kind of guide them and just say, look, you can do it. And you're definitely like a shining star in that category.
Yeah. It's like the same thing. It's like you need to know that you be more self-care, more you be more yourself, and just like keep doing it over and over and over again out in a community or support someone. You can do that.
Yeah, being original is really key because we are our own thing. And a lot of times people like us tend to have shame and we're embarrassed about what we are, what we have or don't have. And the reality is, like, when we tap into like our superpower, not to go back to comics, I don't know why I'm being nerdy today, but not to tap in, but like we tap into our superpower where we can actually uplift people and show them that, like, we're not broken. We're actually very powerful, very strong. And there's so much that comes from us if you really look at us and give us a real chance. And yeah, like I said, it's why it's so important. Have you been able to speak to other people with Down syndrome?
Yes, I have. It's so cool because I spoke at different platforms I was involved in, and I just keep doing it like as long as I can because adv- advocacy is really important for you. Yeah. And as a public speaker, we can do so much work to put in practicing like your words are nice and slow, and I just like keep doing it. Like every part in your life, you can do those things.
Yeah. That's why I love people with disabilities so much, not just because I am one, but it's amazing to see what people can do with less. And we end up being the ones that are dealt a really bad hand, but we find ways to just survive and we find ways to overcome so much. And that's why, like I said, it's so important for like someone like you to be out here speaking, because there are people out here that don't feel like they could do what you can do. Not even just pageants and modeling and things, or dancing, or all the other things that your endeavors that you're into, but just anything, just working, just, having friends, dating, any of these things that a lot of people do on a regular. They don't think they can do them, but the fact that they have someone to look to and go, okay, she can do it, why can't I?
I thought that same thing with you because me and people need friends because friendship is like a lasting forever. They'll just keep going at it and you're talking to them or just keep on moving in your life. That's really important. Like it's like it brings so much more to people with IDD. So you can doing a lot more like talking to them, or you need a program and need something, go do it. It's there for you. It's a mindset.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's all about altering your mindset. Make sure that you're thinking positive and not negative. Because if you continue to kind of just dwell on the negative all the time, and again, you're able to have sad days. It's okay to feel bad or misrepresented, or however you feel. It's okay to feel that way. But it's just, if you stay in that mindset, you'll never get out. So that's why it's like I said, it's
Yep,
okay.
just keep doing your positive things and then be yourself and be a confident, and then show others that you be so something to proud of and follow through in your life.
That's good. Now, what if you have, let's say you have a bad day or sad day, whatever, what do you do to kind of just get out of that mode?
I drink coffee, but just bright my day very much.
Now,
I should
is this natural energy or is this coffee
This
energy?
is my national.
So you on coffee has got to be ridiculous, right?
Yes, and I also do dancing and art. I love doing art a lot because it helps me like just find my way. And I love doing them. I love to do some creative writing for fun. And it's like it helps to go through my day.
Gotcha. Yeah. Do you before we get out of here, do you have any like message for anybody who's just is maybe in you know how you were much younger years ago, and they're trying to figure out how to just get out of it, this mental space where they just feel negative, and they have a disability, maybe even Down syndrome, and they just want to achieve something in life. Like, do you have anything to encourage them?
I just want to say it's okay. It's okay being that way. We have Down syndrome or IDDs. That's okay because you get the ones that you need to learn about yourself is just be just being more like productive way or you listen someone just keep doing it.
Mhm.
And also just it is a way to be awareness for those with IDDs. You can work hard or support groups or other team, but it's okay. But sometimes the Down syndrome is a little bit scary at first, but it's okay. But I know the people out there will be more self-advocate. You can do both as well.
Very beautiful. Is there anything we forgot, Mom?
No, she's
I got it all. I know why.
she's
Yeah, I
quite
just
an
want-
achiever. And like you said, she loves, obviously one of her first loves is dancing, and she choreographs her own dances and takes them to competitions. She loves art. She's come up with, a t-shirt business. So she like makes her own t-shirts and puts some of her little sayings on her t-shirts. And she also came up with the Dreaming Big Without Limits fashion show, and she, helps gets that organized. So a real go-getter.
Well, when this episode comes out, I will make sure that you get a link or obviously, and then I want you to send me anything that you want to promote, website, anything. I will put it in there. But I'm very in awe of you. I appreciate you for coming on, and I'm so happy for what you're doing. And
Thank you so much.
if you
I
ever
would say.
if you ever need a friend or anything, you want me to support you in anything you're doing, please just reach out. I'm here anytime. But again, I'm very happy. Thank you for both of you for coming on.
Thank you, TJ. That was
Thank
great.
you. That was
No,
great.
I like what you're doing because there needs to be more awareness of people with special needs, any
Yeah.
kind of needs, whether it's physical or mental, just
So
um,
mine is a mix.
and have people just understand that, the outside isn't necessarily what's on the inside, and
Absolutely.
they can
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna stop the recording here.